What if a tiny financial habit started with just $50 today could completely change your child's future? What if this simple step could determine whether your kids graduate at 18 with independence instead of debt? Could a habit so small really lead to wealth and financial confidence later in life? What if every parent already has this tool right in their pocket waiting to be used? And what if the right $50 habit, started early, becomes the difference between struggle and financial freedom? Let's dive in. Why financial habits matter early. Most people think financial independence is something you achieve in your 30s or 40s with a high-paying job, investments, businesses, or luck. But the truth is much more surprising. Kids begin forming financial attitudes and habits very early in life, often before age 7. That means the foundation for how they think about money, saving, spending, and planning can be set long before adulthood. So the earlier we teach money habits, the more time those habits have to grow and become automatic. And that's why a small, consistent habit like working with a $50 amount can have a much bigger impact than most people realize. The $50 habit, save half, learn half. Here's the core idea. Whenever your child receives $50 in cash, whether from a gift, allowance, or holiday money, teach them to split it intentionally. $25 goes into savings. $25 goes into learning or investing education. This two-part habit does something powerful. It immediately teaches saving discipline, and it encourages learning about money so they understand why saving matters. This habit is simple, it's repeatable, and it introduces two powerful financial concepts at the same time. Let's break down why this works. Part 1. Saving teaches financial discipline. Every time a child is encouraged to save part of a gift or windfall, something important happens. They learn that money doesn't have to be spent immediately. Instead, it can gain value over time, be accumulated toward real goals, build confidence and financial comfort. Even adults struggle with saving, but children who practice saving early learn a lesson most adults never fully master. Delayed gratification. Waiting, instead of buying something impulsively, strengthens self-control and planning skills that lead directly to financial success. Studies show children who save part of what they get or earn develop stronger fiscal responsibility as they grow older. That's why this $25 savings habit planted early can become a powerful tool by the time they're 18. Part 2. Learning turns numbers into knowledge. Now, for the second half of the habit, use the other $25 on financial education or experience. This doesn't mean buying expensive books or courses. It could be as simple as buying a child-friendly book about money, using a financial board game to spark conversation, practicing mock investing with a $25 portfolio. The key is turning money into a learning opportunity, not just a purchase. Financial literacy experts emphasize that real confidence with money doesn't come from lectures. It comes from experiences and doing money yourself, even in small ways. When children use part of their money to explore budgeting, saving, or even investing concepts, they begin to understand money mechanics instead of treating money like magic. How this habit builds independence over time. So how does a simple $50 habit make a difference by age 18? Let's follow the journey. Age 5 to 7. The habit begins. A child gets $50 from a holiday or birthday. They save $25 and use $25 on learning experiences. At this stage, the emphasis is on establishing a routine and vocabulary for money. They learn that not everything has to be spent immediately. Age 8 to 12. Money becomes strategic. As they continue this habit year after year, children accumulate real savings. They begin setting short-term goals, saving for a toy, game, or larger purchase. They also learn how preparing options feels better than impulse. This develops practical patience, one of the most powerful money skills any adult can have. Age 13 to 15. Taking responsibility. Teenagers start earning their own money through chores, small jobs, online tasks, or allowances. At this point, the $50 habit expands. They begin saving, tracking, budgeting, and learning how allocations affect outcomes. They might experiment with small investments, track simple portfolios, or use financial apps designed for kids to learn responsibly. Age 16 to 18, financial independence takes shape. By the time they're approaching adulthood, these children have been practicing saving, learning, and conscious decision-making for over a decade. They're no longer clueless about money. They understand goals, budgeting, trade-offs, priorities, and future planning. These are essential skills for real independence. Why this habit works better than most? What makes the $50 habit so impactful isn't the amount. It's the consistency and repetition. Here's why this works. 1. Psychological ownership. Kids who handle their own money early feel empowered, not entitled. They feel responsible for decisions instead of simply spending because money was given to them. This mindset is critical for independence later in life. 2. Repeated reinforcement. Every time they repeat this habit, their brain strengthens a financial module. Save, learn, repeat. Over years, that becomes second-nature behavior instead of a one-time lesson. 3. Financial confidence. Children who practice saving and learning early tend to feel more confident about money decisions later. They understand terms like budgeting, prioritization, and goals in real, not abstract, ways. Confidence is one of the biggest predictors of future financial success. What research says about habits and money. Financial behavior experts emphasize that habits formed in childhood often stick into adulthood. Research suggests young people begin grasping money concepts as early as age 3 and form many financial habits by age 7. When parents intentionally guide these habits early, especially through real practice like saving and goal-setting, children are more likely to continue those habits long-term. It's not enough to talk about money. Families who practice simple, structured habits produce financially prepared kids. That's exactly what the $50 habit is designed to do. Common questions parents ask. What if my child doesn't get $50 often? No problem. The habit isn't limited to $50 gifts. You can use any amount and still apply the rule. Save half. Learn with half. The principle matters, not the exact dollar amount. The habit builds the muscle. Should savings be in a piggy bank or real account? Start tangible or when they're young. As they grow, transition to a real savings account to show balances and growth. Physical and digital tracking both build confidence and accountability. What if they want to spend everything? That's normal. Use that moment as a decision point. Ask them what longer-term goals they have and whether impulsive spending aligns with that. This builds real decision-making skills through practice, not lectures. The bigger picture, beyond $50. The $50 habit is a gateway. It's not just about saving $25 and learning with $25. It's about building a foundation for budgeting, delayed gratification, goal setting, responsible decision-making, real financial confidence. By practicing structured money habits over time, children can truly become financially independent once they reach adulthood. And that's something no one can take away from them. A simple $50 habit done consistently over years can become the first building block of financial independence. It teaches discipline, planning, goal setting, and real money skills. Hundreds of small decisions over time can add up to something big. Because financial independence isn't about earning more at 30. It's about learning the habits of saving and planning long before that. And the $50 habit is one of the most powerful tools a parent can introduce early. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more practical money insights. And here's a question for you. What financial habits are you most excited to teach your kids first? Tell us in the comments. Your answer might inspire another parent.